Hey everyone, Josh here from As Proud of Philippines and Yabong Pilipinas in partnership with Omaha Garden. Welcome back to Soil Smart, gardening from the ground up. Today, we're talking about something that's a little bigger than just your backyard garden, but just as important. We will talk about how humans impact the soil and what we can do to protect it. Soils are alive and dynamic, but they're also fragile. Human activities, if we're not careful, can change them dramatically. And once soil is lost or degraded, it is very hard to bring back. Let's start by looking at the ways we humans affect soil. The first and most obvious is erosion. Erosion happens when wind or water carries soil away. On bare land, rainfall can wash the topsoil, leaving behind subsoil that is less fertile. Wind erosion can blow away light, sandy soils, especially in open fields. Historically, Nebraska's prairies had deep, rich topsoil because native grasses held the soil together. But when settlers plowed those prairies for crops, a lot of that protective cover was lost, which made soils more vulnerable to erosion. Another major impact is urbanization. When we build roads, houses, and parking lots, we essentially seal the soil. Water can't penetrate, roots can't grow, the soil ecosystem dies underneath. This process is often called soil sealing, and it not only harms the soil but also contributes to flooding and heat in cities. And finally, intensive agriculture and poor management practices can compact the soil, strip it of organic matter, and disrupt the soil food web we talked about in earlier episodes. All of these factors can lead to soils that are less fertile, more prone to erosion, and less able to support healthy plants. So, what can we do about it? The good news is, even small actions in our home gardens can make a big difference. One of the easiest things to start with is keeping the soil covered. Bare soil is vulnerable, but a layer of mulch, straw, and shedded leaves, or even cover crops can protect it from the wind and water erosion. Covering the soil also helps retain moisture and supports soil life, which keeps your garden healthy. Minimal tillage is another practice that helps. Every time we dig or till, we disturb the soil structure and the networks of fungi and microbes living inside. While some tilling is necessary in certain cases, reducing it keeps the soil crumbly and well aerated, and it slows down organic matter loss. Another practice is adding organic matter like compost or well-rotted manure. It improves soil structure, water retention, and fertility. Healthy, organic, rich soils are less likely to erode and are more resilient during heavy rains or drought. Let's dive deeper into some more practical ways gardeners can protect and improve their soil. These techniques aren't just good for your plants, they also help the soil stay alive, fertile, and resilient. Cover crops are plants you grow specifically to protect and improve your soil. Think of them as the living blankets. Some cover crops like legumes such as clover or hairy vetch can actually add nitrogen into the soil. As we discussed in the past episode, nitrogen is a key nutrient that plants need for strong green growth, and these plants, our cover crops, can provide nitrogen naturally through the process nitrogen fixation. Other cover crops like rye or oats can also act as bodyguards, protecting your soil from wind and water erosion. Even after these plants are cut back and left to decompose, they slowly release nutrients and organic matter, feeding tiny organisms in the soil that keep it healthy. Mulching is another practice that every gardener can do immediately. You take a layer of organic material like leaves, straw, grass clippings, shredded bark, and spread it over your soil like a cozy blanket. And that is already mulching. Mulch keeps the soil temperature stable, which protects the roots from extreme heat or cold. It also helps retain moisture, meaning less frequent watering and prevents soil compaction during heavy rains. Over time, mulch breaks down and adds valuable nutrients back into the soil, making it even more fertile. It's a simple step with multiple benefits, and your plants will love it. The practice minimal tillage or no-till gardening is about disturbing the soil as little as possible. Every time you dig, turn, or flip your soil, you disrupt the delicate balance of water, air, and the life within it. Microbes and fungi that help break down organic matter and deliver nutrients to plants can be damaged. By reducing tillage, you allow roots to grow deeper, worms and microbes to thrive, and soil to naturally resist erosion. Your soil becomes more crumbly, better drained, and more alive. Exactly what plants need to grow strong and healthy. Another practice is crop rotation. In crop rotation, you are planting different types of crops in the same area over successive seasons. For example, following leafy greens with root crops, then legumes, then flowering vegetables. Yeah, that's the practice. This prevents nutrient depletion, reduces the buildup of pests and diseases that target specific plants, and it can also help maintain soil structure. In simple terms, it keeps your garden balanced and gives the soil a chance to recover and regenerate. Using compost teas or organic amendments is another way to support soil life. Compost tea is a liquid made by soaking compost in water, sometimes with a little sugar or molasses to feed the microbes. When poured over soil or sprayed on plant leaves, it introduces beneficial bacteria and fungi that help plants absorb nutrients and fight disease. Other organic amendments, like well-rotted manure, bone meal, or kelp meal, can add nutrients while also feeding the soil ecosystem. Unlike synthetic fertilizers, which mainly fed the plant directly, these natural inputs feed the soil first, and a healthy soil feeds healthy plants. All of these practices, from cover cropping, mulching, minimal tillage, crop rotation, and organic amendments, work together as a team. Cover crops feed the soil and protect it from erosion. The mulch acts like a blanket, retaining moisture and regulating temperature. Minimal tillage keeps the soil intact. Crop rotation gives the soil time to rest and regenerate nutrients. And compost teas or organic amendments fuel the soil life that makes everything else work. When we combine these approaches, you are not only growing plants, you are cultivating healthy, living soil that will support your garden for years to come. It's a long term investment that pays off with stronger plants, better yields, and a more resilient garden ecosystem. In Nebraska, your soils have a unique history. The tall grass prairies created incredibly deep, fertile topsoil over thousands of years. Native grasses with strong root systems held the soil together and built organic matter over time. When European settlers converted those prairies into farmland, much of that topsoil was lost to erosion. Today, gardeners in Omaha can honor that legacy by using similar principles, planting deep-rooted crops, adding organic matter, mulching, and keeping soil covered, all mimic the natural systems that created Nebraska's rich soils. In other words, even small urban or backyard gardens can help restore soil health and connect you to the land's history. So let us recap. Human activities like urbanization, tilling, and leaving soil bare can degrade it. But at home, you have the power to reverse these effects. Through keeping the soil covered with mulch or cover crops, using minimal tillage, adding compost and organic matter, and paying attention to water management, you can protect your soil, feed soil life, and keep your gardens productive. Healthy soil doesn't just grow healthy plants. It prevents erosion, stores water, and even reduces the need for chemical fertilizers. It's amazing how something you do in your backyard can have a ripple effect on the health of your soil for years to come. So the next time you step into a garden, remember this soil under your feet has a story. It's been shaped by millions of years of prairie grasses, by weather, by water, and yes, by us humans. We can leave it better than we found. By protecting it, feeding it, and working with it, we create gardens that are not just beautiful, but resilient and full of life. Keep experimenting, keep learning, and let's keep growing from the ground up. And this is Josh from Omaha Gardener in this series, Soil Smart Gardening from the Ground Up. And remember, if you grow it, you know it.